Hey everybody, this is Ben J. Jonathan here, back again with another movie review. But this time it's not a movie review because we're actually doing a Ben's big movie review Palooza thing. That's right, I'm going to be catching up on some movies I saw between late 2021 to early September 2022. Yeah, because as you guys might know, or I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but if I have, I'll just repeat myself again. I've seen a ton of movies ever since I last did that one review of mine, review number 8, I think, and the reason no review number 7, and the reason I kind of stopped for a while because there was a lot happening in my life. You know, I moved out of my mom's place. I got a new job somewhere, but yeah. I had a lot of issues going on in my family, but now that I'm in the swing of things, kind of. I found the time and energy to make one of these, and now I wouldn't do it. So yeah, I have a list of 25 movies I reviewed. I've seen from the time I made review number 7 to now, or 8. And yeah, we're just gonna go through them all one by one. I'm not gonna do like a full analysis of these videos. If you guys want full analysis of the videos, I'll put something on my letterboxd, but that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for my letterbox. But now let's get to it. Number 1, Space Jam: A New Legacy. I don't have a whole lot of connection with the original Space Jam, so I don't know what to think about this one, but I liked it just fine. I could have used could have went without the cameo characters though. 5 out of 10. The Suicide Squad. Oh yeah, probably my second best film in the DCU after the Shazam. James Gunn really gives it all, and you can tell. 10 out of 10. Venom: Let There Be Carnage. A lot better than the first film, but only because there was a lot more stupider and as well as carnage. 4 out of 10. No, actually, maybe 5 or 6, actually. Ron's Gone Wrong. A great film a great starting film for Bright Spark Animation. Has some really minor flaws, but overall, a really enjoyable flick that I thoroughly enjoyed watching. 7 out of 10. Home Sweet Home Alone. A really unnecessary sequel in a series that didn't need a sequel. Not a whole lot I can recommend that the other films did much better. 3 out of 10. Encanto. Probably Disney's best, probably a modern hit for Disney, as in they made a song that resonated with so many people, like Hakuna Matata, The Circle of Life, and Kiss the Girl. Also, it's really ambitious about how much they get across with just this one setting and only maybe like a dozen, less than 10 characters. Really impressive. 8 out of 10. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, 2021. A really sweet and well-meaning adaptation of the original Jeff Kinney books, but it could have really benefited from more sociopathic Greg and more of the original books in mind. 6 out of 10. Spider-Man: No Way Home. This is hands down my favorite film. This is hands down my favorite film of MCU Spider-Man film, but it's mostly because of the tastefully done nostalgia and the actual consequences of Peter being a hero for once. Who knew? Who knew he could actually be a good character if there's actually bad things happening in his life and he pays the price for it. I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. Just 10 out of 10. I mean, it's a 10 out of 10 right now, but I might change that. Sing 2. My favorite film from Illumination so far. The animation's top notch. It blows it's basically the first film, but on a much grander scale, and I appreciate that. Also, there's a lot of furry bait a lot more than the last film for some reason. 8 out of 10. Hotel Transylvania Transylvania, the fourth and final film in the Hotel Transylvania series with Brian Hull replacing Dracula, who's pretty good, by the way. But I don't know. It's just a movie that exists. Didn't hate it, but I could have went without a fourth Hotel Transylvania film. Maybe a 6 out of 10. The Ice Age Adventure of the Buck Wild. Okay, 1 out of 10. Instantaneous 1 out of 10. Awful animation. Another film in a series that didn't need to continue. Unbearable recast of classic characters. What else did I not like about it? Oh yeah, and no scratch for some reason. This is by Disney? Disney? Really? Disney have these amazing worlds, amazing movies that people have cherished for the end of time, and they made this? You gotta be kidding me, man. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to take care of something. Anyways, Ice Age Adventure of the Buck Wild. God-awful movie, unexcusable excuse for a sequel, and even bigger excuse for a present from Disney when they got rid of Blue Sky Studios. 1 out of 10. Jackass Forever. My first Jackass film in theaters. Had a lot of gross out moments. I laughed really hard. I mean, I laughed at least more than a few times at the intervals. I really appreciate Johnny Knoxville and the team wanting to make a movie that's simply made for wanting to make people laugh. Because in this trying time, we do need something to laugh at. Yeah. Maybe 7 out. Maybe a 7 out of 10. The Batman. I can't decide whether or not this film or The Dark Knight are my best Batman movies. But if Dark Knight is my best one, this one comes really, really close to being the best Batman movie. It takes Batman in a more detective light, and I really appreciate that about the film. It's 3 hours long, and I think it's thrilling from beginning to end. All the performances are top notch. The music is astounding, and the plot is dark and gritty, just like the hero it's based on. 10 out of 10. Although the ending scene where Batman and Selina drive away, that could have been cut out. Cheaper by the Dozen. This is the second remake of Cheaper by the Dozen, and honestly, it kind of undermines the original book by putting like a mixed family in the film and trying to make that the focus of everything instead of just the family. There's nothing inoffensively bad about it. I just wish they didn't fuck up the whole moral of the original book with this modern shtick. No, with this attention to skin color. Come on, there's already a conflict. You don't need two conflicts in a family film. Maybe 3 or 4 out of 10. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, a sequel to 2020's Sonic the Hedgehog, a lot better than the first film simply because it takes itself as a Sonic movie much seriously, and it has Tails in it, who is one of my favorite characters ever. If the first Sonic film was geared towards casual audience, this is definitely geared towards the fans, and I appreciate that. Not really a whole lot of gripes I have about it, even though it really wasn't that much of a perfect film to me. You know what? Yeah, 7 or 8 out of 10. No, you know what? Actually, it's probably going to be a 5 out. Yeah, 5 out of 10. The Bad Guy. This is the newest film by DreamWorks Animation about like a group of animals who are given a second chance at being model citizens, and yeah, a lot of hijinks ensue. You know, based on all the trolls and the Boss Babies, I had totally forgotten that DreamWorks was capable of making great films, and this is one of them. Kudos to DreamWorks. Although the climax was really kind of dumb, and I kind of saw where everything was going, and I started zoning out simply because I knew everything was going, yeah. But overall, really good time. 7 out of 10. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. This is essentially Disney's answer to Ready Player One. Yeah. I liked the multiple animation styles. I liked the numerous characters that weren't just Disney. That was really impressive and ambitious. Although I just needed a bigger reason to care about Chip and Dale and why their friendship was on the line and stuff. Also, I have really mixed feelings about Sweet Pete, and I think a lot of people agree with me on that too. Um, maybe a 5 or 4. Really enjoyed it though. If animation fans, every dream come true. Even if you can look all past all that shitty stuff about Disney. Top Gun Maverick, my favorite film of the year. Now, Gun Maverick is a blast, guys. An absolute blast. It has everything you want in a movie. I'm telling you, cinema was invented for movies like Top Gun Maverick. It has edge-you-seat excitement, tastefully done nostalgia. It has big booming airplanes. Really good booming airplanes, by the way. Seriously, I'm not gonna say a lot about this film. Go see it if you haven't already. Yeah, and without sounding biased, I never watched the original Top Gun, but this is a must-see, guys. Please go see it if you haven't already. Top Gun Maverick is awesome. A Bob's Burgers movie, a traditionally animated film based on the Bob's Burgers series. It pretty much does about its job right. I mean, it doesn't take itself too seriously in terms of humor, just like the original series, and I really appreciate that about the film. Yeah, I mean, it's not anything spectacular, but it was great to see a 2D film back in the 2D film, in theaters again. 7 out of 10. Jurassic World Dominion, a much better sequel than Fallen Kingdom, but a really less than stellar end for, the Jurassic Park saga. Because, yeah, this is the last film in the timeline, the storyline that began with the original Jurassic Park, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, the returning cast was pretty good. You know, Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, but I but everything else was just testing my patience. 4 out of 10. Lightyear. This is a prequel film about Buzz Lightyear and the adventures he went on before he was marketed as a toy. And honestly, with all intensive unison, I can safely say that this is the first film in which Pixar just wanted a couple more bucks out of the Toy Story IP, because this film is really disposable. It's disposable. I mean, it's not offensively bad or anything. No, I don't have a problem with this film we kept until now. I don't have a problem with the same-sex kiss, and I definitely don't have a problem with them, like, you know, wanting to make a fun space adventure with Buzz, but this is not the way to do it. This film has tons of excitement, but has tons of spectacle, but it's lacking the excitement that comes with Buzz Lightyear. Not terrible, but not something I'm gonna watch again for anytime soon. Really disposable. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. My second favorite film of the year after Top Gun Maverick. This is basically it reminds me a lot of Stuart Little, and that's what I probably like a lot about it. A really sweet and engaging story with Jenny Slate as a shell, and with his friend Dean as his human friend. It's really emotional, and I think after when you guys watch it, you'll find you guys holding back tears. 10 out of 10. Minions: The Rise of Gru. A sequel to 2015's Minions. And, yeah, no, I mean, the fact that it has Gru in it automatically means that it's better than the first, to be honest. The villains are really cartoony, just like in the Despicable Me films. The minions do their job right, as in like trying to like entertain like kids and stuff. And you know, there was a lot of trends about people like calling this an amazing movie, and you know what? I'm probably in the unironic minority here. Yeah, Minions: Rise of Gru, pretty good. My second favorite film in the Despicable Me franchise after the original. That's all I'll say. Dragon Ball Superhero. My first Dragon Ball film in theaters. I might have a little bit bias, but I really like this. I really like this one, even though I never seen Super Broly. I mean, I think my eyes were starting to hurt like near the end when there was like a bunch when they were all fighting Cell Max, but it was really cool, and I found myself being able to push forward regardless. Also, and despite being rendered in 3.2.5 animation, it looked really good. The characters in this film are basically 3D characters that were put into 3D. It kind of at times the film reminded me of the Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi games, which wasn't a bad assessment for me personally. Also, Piccolo and Gohan were nice little change up paces as protagonists in this Goku and Vegeta. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, alright guys, that pretty much just about does it for my big movie review Palooza. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Did you guys like did you guys like or hate any of the movies I saw? Did you like or dislike my video? What are your thoughts on these films? Let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you guys next time for my next proper movie review. Boop! Stay tuned.